Have you ever had that feeling, late at night, when you sense something is watching you? What if it wasn't just a feeling? What if the object staring back at you was something that was never supposed to move? Stay tuned for a spine-chilling story of a doll that's not just a toy, but something much more terrifying. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share if you're ready for the horror that awaits. It all started when 10-year-old Lily received a beautiful porcelain doll as a birthday gift. The doll was dressed in a lacy, vintage gown with piercing blue eyes that seemed almost too lifelike. Lily adored the doll, naming her Isabel, and kept her in a special spot on her bookshelf. Lily's mother, Sarah, thought nothing of it. After all, every little girl loved dolls, right? But soon, strange things began happening around the house. At first, it was little things, a misplaced item here, a door left open there. Sarah chalked it up to forgetfulness. But Lily swore she wasn't the one moving her things. Isabel did it, she would say, giggling innocently. Sarah dismissed it as a child's imagination. But then, one night, everything changed. It was around 3 a.m. when Sarah heard soft footsteps outside her bedroom door. Assuming it was Lily, Sarah got up to check on her. But when she peeked into her daughter's room, Lily was fast asleep in her bed. The doll, however, had moved. Isabel was now sitting on the floor, her head tilted toward the bed, as if she had been watching Lily sleep. Sarah's heart raced. She placed Isabel back on the shelf, trying to rationalize it. Maybe Lily had moved the doll earlier in the day, and she just hadn't noticed. But deep down, Sarah felt a gnawing unease. The next few nights were worse. Sarah began hearing faint whispers and soft, shuffling sounds from Lily's room at night. Whenever she checked, Isabel had changed positions, sometimes sitting, sometimes standing, always closer to the bed. Lily would wake up in the morning, oblivious, always cheerful, talking to the doll like she was a real person. One evening, Sarah noticed something alarming. Isabel's eyes, which were once a clear sky blue, now had a darker, more menacing shade to them. It was subtle, but undeniable. She tried to convince herself it was just her imagination playing tricks on her, but the eerie sensation that Isabel was watching her never went away. That night, Sarah decided to do some research on the doll. She searched online for stories of haunted dolls and came across a disturbing legend about cursed objects. Dolls, in particular, were said to be vessels for restless spirits that needed something or someone to latch onto. Sarah's skin prickled as she read account after account of dolls that moved on their own, that whispered in the dark, that seemed to have minds of their own. By now, Sarah was convinced that something was wrong with Isabel. She decided to get rid of the doll. But when she went to remove Isabel from the house, Lily clung to it, crying hysterically. "You can't take her. She'll be mad." Lily screamed, tears streaming down her face. This was more than just a child's attachment to a toy. Sarah's blood ran cold. That night, the footsteps were louder. Sarah was woken up again, but this time it wasn't just the faint padding of little feet, it was heavy, deliberate footsteps. The air felt colder, heavier, like the house itself was holding its breath. Sarah rushed to Lily's room, only to find Isabel sitting on the bed, staring straight at the door. And Lily? She was sitting up, eyes wide open, but unblinking, as if in a trance. "Lily," Sarah whispered, her voice shaking. But Lily didn't respond. She just stared at the doll, her lips moving silently, as if having a conversation only she could hear. In a panic, Sarah grabbed Isabel, storming out of the room with the doll in her hands. But as she reached the hallway, she swore she heard Lily's voice behind her, though it wasn't her daughter's usual sweet tone. It was low, guttural. "You can't take her." The lights flickered, and the house groaned as if something was alive beneath the walls. Sarah ran outside, desperate to rid herself of Isabel. She threw the doll into the trash can and slammed the lid shut, praying it would be enough. But the nightmare was far from over. The next morning, as Sarah prepared breakfast, she heard a familiar soft thud behind her. She turned slowly, her breath catching in her throat. There, sitting on the kitchen table, was Isabel, her eyes darker than ever, her face twisted into a mocking smile. From that point on, things spiraled out of control. Lily became more withdrawn, spending hours in her room, speaking to the doll. Sarah's once cheerful daughter had become a shadow of herself, pale and gaunt, with dark circles under her eyes. The house, too, seemed to change. The walls creaked, objects moved on their own, and the air always felt thick with something unseen. something malevolent. Desperate for help, Sarah reached out to a local paranormal expert who agreed to visit the house. The expert, an older woman with years of experience in dealing with haunted objects, took one look at Isabel and froze. "This doll isn't just cursed," she whispered. "It's a vessel." The expert explained that Isabel had likely been a vessel for a spirit, an ancient, malevolent entity, and the bond between the doll and Lily was growing stronger. If they didn't act fast, the spirit could fully possess Lily, and she would be lost forever. In a last-ditch effort to save her daughter, Sarah and the expert performed a cleansing ritual. But as they tried to banish the spirit, the house erupted in chaos. Windows shattered, doors slammed, and the air was filled with an ear-piercing screech. Isabel's porcelain face began to crack, and the doll seemed to writhe in agony, but the spirit fought back with terrifying force. Just when Sarah thought all hope was lost, there was a final, deafening bang and then silence. Isabel lay on the floor, broken into pieces. Lily collapsed, unconscious but breathing. The nightmare seemed to be over, or so they thought. But even now, Sarah can't shake the feeling that something was left behind. Every now and then she hears a soft whisper in the dead of night, and she can't help but wonder if the spirit is truly gone, or if it's waiting for the right moment to return. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying tales like this one, because you never know what might come to life in the dark.